What is up, besties? Welcome back to my channel. We got another series inside the grocery store, and we are talking about the things that I do not track. But before we get into the video, a big shout out to Built Bars as they are sponsoring another one of my videos. If you guys have not been up to date with my videos already, I have been test tasting every single flavor from them. They are so good. Very good on macros as well. So this one right here is the salted caramel. We got 130 calories per bar. That's pretty damn good, okay? So we got 17 grams of protein, 18 grams of carbs, and 2.5 grams of fats. So let's break this bad boy open. I'm excited. All right, so this is what she looks like. Bite her in. Y'all see that? Okay, I don't even know. It's like a candy bar. What's that candy bar that has like caramel that like, is it a Snicker? I think it's a Snicker. This is what it tastes like, a Snicker, right? I will correct myself if I'm wrong. I have not had regular candy bars in so long, but salted caramel has to be probably my favorite one so far. I'm gonna give this one a 9.8 out of 10 because I don't know, maybe I'm gonna find another one that I think is better than this one, and then I'm gonna give that one a 10 out of 10, but very good. Now I'm gonna eat this, and then we're gonna go into the grocery store, but if you guys are interested in getting your hands on some Built Bars, I would definitely recommend going to their site. I have it linked in my description box down below. You could use code SamTaylor10 to get 10% off your entire order. They're constantly coming out with new flavors. Salted caramel right now is my number one, and then one I had last time, I think it was the mint chocolate. That one was really good as well. But the macros on these are fantastic. You know, if you just need a little quick snack to kind of hold you over or even curb cravings, I think this is the answer for you. But before you guys keep watching, make sure you like, comment, subscribe on this video. Let's push it out to as many people as possible. I like this series that I'm doing, going to the grocery store. I probably look like an idiot with my massive camera, just kind of filming myself, not actually taking any food with me into my shopping cart and just walking around talking about things. But I do it out of the benefit of you guys because it is very important that I kind of break everything down. You know, when I first started out, I remember I was so confused, so lost on what to even buy in a grocery store, what to track, what not to track, all that stuff. So I'm here to help. I'm here to help you guys out. So this is a big disclaimer as well. I track for lifestyle. So if you are tracking for a bikini competition or something like that, you are probably going to need to track absolutely everything that enters your body. Liquid calories, very low calorie things. You're going to need to track everything. But because I am lifestyle and I'm not too strict on it, I do not track a good amount of things. So I will show you guys what those things are. I don't want you ever to feel like you have to track absolutely everything, because that will cause a very restricting habit with yourself. You know, if you are tracking literally everything to the T, you're gonna feel like you are relying off of the MyFitnessPal app or whatever app you are using to track your food to actually enjoy and sit down and feel like you're able to actually eat it. So it is important to understand that you don't need to track everything. You can still reach your goals even if you are under 100 calories, 200 calories from your goal. So that's totally fine. But yeah, let's get into this video. We are going to a Randall's. So I'm hoping they have pretty much everything that I want to kind of put into this video. I'm gonna go back to my apartment after this and show you guys my supplements on what I track and what I don't track for supplements. Guys, let's start off with this entire section. Let's break it down. All right, so anything from this fridge right here, I do not track. We got like anything like lettuce, mixed greens, stuff like that. There is absolutely no need to track it. Why are you weighing out something that's probably gonna end up being maybe 10 to 50 calories? It's not the end of the world. I don't measure or weigh out anything like that. I typically don't even eat salads, to be honest, just because, I don't know, I don't prefer salads. But if you are gonna be eating something like a salad or anything like that, the only things I would recommend tracking inside of something like that is going to be your dressings, nuts, cranberries, croutons, anything that's a little bit calorie dense that's inside your salad. But if you're gonna be having a salad, that's gonna be like tomatoes, shredded carrots, onion, lettuce, no need to track it. We have things like peppers, onions, tomatoes, don't track it, don't do anything like that. Cucumbers, don't track it. Zucchini, don't track it. Broccoli, don't track it. Brussels sprouts though, I do track just because I eat a lot of Brussels sprouts and the carbohydrates can add up a little bit on that, but broccoli, cauliflower, stuff like that, I don't track. Green beans, don't track. Celery, don't track. Mushrooms, I don't track. Now keep in mind, like I said at the beginning of this video, it is a lifestyle, so it's obviously important if you are in prep to track these things, but I don't feel the need to be tracking these things. For the love of God, do not be tracking your cilantro or your green onion. Oh God, I'm trying to be too smooth with it. Your green onion, don't track things like this, okay? No need. You just are silly. You are wasting your time putting things like that into your MyFitnessPal. Pretty sure I said it already, but onions, you don't need to track these either. And tomatoes, of course, any type of tomatoes, big tomatoes, cherry tomatoes, I don't track, no need to track. I think this video is just gonna be like, hey, don't track this, and just have no explanation to it. Obviously, I know, like, if you're eating things in massive bulk, it can add up, but are you really gonna be eating this entire tub of tomatoes? Probably not. You're probably gonna, you know, put a handful on your meal, and it's just not gonna really add up to be necessary to track it. For fruits that I do actually track, there are gonna be quite a few that are pretty calorie dense in terms of carbohydrates, so that is gonna be stuff like pineapple, watermelon, cantaloupe, strawberries, blueberries, blackberries, raspberries, stuff like that I do track. Now, keep in mind, if you are just doing like a little sprinkle here and there on like your oatmeal, you don't necessarily have to track it. But for me, I do about 100 grams of blueberries, and that's around like 12 grams of carbohydrates. So I do track that just because that is a good chunk of carbs that I do want to be getting in there. But if you're just doing like a little sprinkle and it's like 5 grams of carbs, then you don't really need to track it. Do not be putting your water into your MyFitnessPal. I know you're trying to log how much water you're trying to get, but the more you use the MyFitnessPal for more things, the more restricting and cycling it becomes. So don't track your water, don't log it into an app. Just buy a big water bottle and track it that way. I recommend getting a Hydrojug if you don't have one already, or just, you know, a big gallon of water, but that's kind of a waste of plastic. All right, guys, and then any like 0-calorie drinks like Powerade, Gatorade, you know, seltzers, stuff like that, I don't track. No need to track. There's literally 0 calories on it, so if you're putting into your MyFitnessPal, again, it's the same concept as water. You're literally just logging things and becoming very restricting and like logging. All right, and now we are in the, you know, energy drink aisle. Ices, I drink these all the time. I do not track them. Energy drinks, literally any energy drink that is like low calorie. C4s, any energy drink, don't track it. Celsius, don't track it. Any ice drinks, seltzer waters, you name it, no need to track. Guys, here's a prime example why you should read food labels, because we have this monster right here. Look closely, there's 250 calories right here, and it's purely from sugar. We got 60 grams of added sugar, or 46 added sugar. So this is something to keep in mind. Stay away from these added sugar drinks and have the 0-calorie ones. So right here, look at, there's only 3 carbs and 0 sugar. We've entered a freezer because I want to show you guys the sugar-free Cool Whip. This stuff is very low calorie. There is 20 calories per 2 tablespoons. Obviously, keep in mind if you are doing 2 tablespoons and you're just scooping it out, don't track it. But if you're gonna be eating like the half the container, full container, then maybe you want to track it. So just be mindful of what you're doing and how you're choosing to go about eating something that is low calorie. But if you are just doing like 2 little spoonfuls, I wouldn't recommend tracking it. There's no need to. All right, next up is going to be sugar-free maple syrup. I don't track this stuff. Obviously, if you're going to be using like this much of it, then maybe track it. But if you're just going to be using it as a small little serving, no need to track it. It is 0 calories. There's 10 calories per 2 tablespoons. So probably using maybe like 10 to 30 calories from this. But you know, I know it will add up at the end of the day from all the stuff that I'm not tracking, but I'm not too worried about it. Okay, next up we have things like stevia. If you guys are tracking things like stevia, you're wasting your time again. 0 calories per serving. And then that can also apply to like the regular stevia. This type of stevia, like the powdered stevia, so, or Truvia, yeah. So any type of like sweetener that's 0 calorie, or syrup that's 0 calorie, like stuff that you can put into your coffee as well. Don't need to track this stuff. And please don't track any spices. I'm not gonna go into heavy detail about this, but I've had clients track spices before, and just don't. Please don't. For your own sanity, don't track spices. All right, next up is things like Mio or Crystal Light packets. I don't track these as well. I feel like I'm repeating myself a lot with a lot of the stuff I'm saying. Obviously, be mindful of the amount of servings you are using, but it's not gonna hurt you to just not track it and not worry about it if you're having something like once a day. Obviously, keep in mind that try to choose the sugar-free alternatives, because there are ones that have calories in it just because they use real sugar. Pickles. We don't track these either. Enjoy these. These are the same thing, kind of applies like tomatoes. Don't need to track your pickles, okay? Enjoy your pickles, however you want to enjoy your pickles, I don't know. Also, banana peppers, stuff like that. You don't need to, okay? You don't need to. Now we've made our way into the dressing aisle. We have Walden's Farm. This stuff is all 0 calories, so we have ranch dressing. I'm a O for this stuff. It's so good with anything buffalo related. Here are the macros right here. I don't track stuff like this. It is 0 calorie, but obviously if you are going to be having something that is very calorie dense, recommend tracking it. I hope this can give you guys a little bit of a reassurance on things. I don't track ketchup, and I also don't track things like mustard, yellow mustard, stuff like that, because I'm not overindulging in this type of stuff. You know, it's not gonna hurt me down the road. Obviously, if it's something where I'm struggling to lose weight, then maybe kind of reinstate the amount of like, you know, condiments you are using, but stuff like this, I don't track. And then anything that is GHUs, I don't track either. For instance, this teriyaki one has 5 calories per 1 tablespoon. This will probably be like 10 servings for me, like this whole container. So I'm pretty okay with not tracking it. Speaking of GQs, I think these flavors are new. I've had the mango habanero one, but like Caribbean jerk and sweet honey sound amazing. Don't need it right now, but maybe next time I come back I will get it. Then we also have the sugar-free Jell-O pudding mix. I use these a lot in like baking or like putting into my yogurt and stuff like that. I don't track these either. I am back in my car now. I was just walking around like a idiot, like an airhead, just like walking around, like trying to think of anything else that I could possibly think of in the grocery store that I don't track. So if you guys have any questions about other things that I maybe didn't mention, comment down below and I will let you know if I do or do not track it. Oh, one thing also is, you know, tomato sauce or like pizza sauce, I don't nearly use as much as like you would think I would need to use for like a pizza crust or like pasta, so I don't track that either. But I'm gonna go back to my apartment now. I'm gonna show you guys the stuff that I have at home that you can't get in a grocery store that I do not track. So yeah, like I said, just comment down below and I will answer your question and just let you guys know. All right, besties, now I'm back in the house, or apartment, I guess. I always say house, but I mean, it is my house. Anyway, things I don't track. We got supplements right here. So, let's break it down. We got our amino acids. Your girl does not track any type of amino acids, nothing like that. Then we got our greens, any type of greens. I know this is the chocolate greens, but I have plenty of other flavors. Don't track them as well. What do we have here? Pre-workouts. Don't track your pre-workout either, okay? You can definitely track it in terms of your caffeine intake because you want to be cautious of that. You don't want to be having too much caffeine throughout the day. But in terms of putting it into your MyFitnessPal, there is no need to do that as well. Everyone's different. There's not one A1 rule, one textbook rule to follow when it comes to tracking anything. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Protein powder, obviously you gotta track that because that's a protein intake. That's got some carbs in there, fats, whatever, depending on your protein powder. And then like peanut butter, stuff like that. That's all those types of supplements. But these ones right here, I don't track. So like I said, when I was in the car, if you guys have any questions or comments or any other stuff that you have questions on, maybe if I do or don't track them, leave them down in the comments below. That is it, my friends. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and you are following all of my other platforms like Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat. I will have them all in the description box down below, along with using any of my codes on any of these companies that I do work with. Code SCFIT across the board for pretty much every company. But yeah, that is it. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video.